blah blah blah, flights of fantasy or some jazz or other. What's crack-a-lackin', literary geeks? Please excuse the obnoxious banging and crashing in the background. My neighbors decided to get their roof done. How inconsiderate of them. Today's topic hits close to my own manuscript home in the idea that folklore from multiple cultures around the world can influence your writing and give you the best inspiration for any kind of story. When most people think of folklore and fantasy, it's, oh, that's dragons or some witches or something close to that. But I'm here to perhaps expand on that theme. I'm really interested in other cultures around the world, so reading about their own mythologies and their own origin stories and their own myths and legends is really, really interesting and gives you some great ideas for some really good villains and some really wicked creatures. The manuscript I'm working on right now is based on Egyptian and Middle Eastern and Indian and Babylonian mythology, and so I looked into these cultures and these languages and saw what they had to offer. So before, while I just had some vague fire magic and some kind of river spirit, now I have sand snakes and genies and some really cool rock desert creatures that I can't tell you about, and maybe some unicorns that set themselves on fire once in a while, and a really neat origin story that I created that has to do with the desert once being underwater. Some books by authors that use not traditionally English or European mythology. Number one is The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahid, based on 1001 Arabian Nights. So there's a bunch of Middle Eastern and Turkish mythology in this, which was very interesting to read about and I quite enjoyed. In Elizabeth May's The Falconer, we get a bunch of Irish and Scottish folklore, so Gaelic folklore. In Maggie Stiefvater's The Scorpio Races, we get Kelpies, which are technically part of Scottish folklore. Water horses, fae, drag you to the bottom of the lake and eat you. Fantastic! Rochelle Mead did a great job in Soundless of incorporating Chinese folklore that wasn't just dragons. That's the main thing about this book that I liked. And I mean, hello, grandfather of them all, Percy Jackson. We get the Greek. We eventually get the Roman if you read the other series. Then we get the Egyptian if you read that other series. Then we get Norse if you read that other series. And of course, none of those books are exactly to what each god or goddess or mythological creature there is. People have taken liberties on them, they've made them worse, they've made them better, they've made them their own, and that is something that you too can do. You could also do things on a smaller scale, like urban legends or superstitions. So what about you? Because I know this whole mythology thing is not new, I'm just saying maybe go outside the classic Greek and Roman or European. Leave down below if you have any legends or superstitions that you particularly find interesting. Like myself, I have wishing wells. That I need to do something with. It's brewing in the back of my head. I don't know when it'll happen, but it will. Hope you find this all inspiring, and I will see you on Sunday for our live chat if you tune in. And now I need to go get myself a glass of water or perhaps an ice bath because it is bloody hot in here. Happy writing, and I will see you guys on Sunday or next week or sometime or other.